This is the knockout artist, Chris Hero. And if you're looking for some true heel heat, you better listen to them boys.
What's going on, everybody? This is your former AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Once a champion, always a champion. Swerve Strickland. Whose house? Swerve's house. You're watching True Heel Heat podcast.
What's up, everyone? It's the interview queen Alicia Toot here, and be sure to watch True Heel Heat.
Hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom, SP3. We are back once again with another review here on the True Heel Heat YouTube channel. This time, we're talking all about AEW going over to Arena, Mexico for a special event, CMLL versus AEW / ROH 6-match card from this past Tuesday night, featuring the stars of CMLL, AEW, and Ring of Honor, and it was a hell of a show. So I am excited to talk about it with all of you. Hope you are enjoying this. If you're watching this on the premiere, if you're watching this on demand, either way, I appreciate y'all for showing some love and joining us for another review. 2 for the price of 1 this week, solo reviews here on the True Heel Heat YouTube channel. Talking about some Lucha Libre. I am Lucha SP3 this week, it seems, with our AAA Triple Mania review earlier this week, and this time we're talking about Arena, Mexico. On Tuesday night, you had AE Ramble with AEW Grand Slam Mexico, so it's a Lucha week here on the True Heel Heat YouTube channel, so hope you're enjoying it. Appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. Appreciate y'all if you're watching us on the premiere. Show your appreciation back the simplest way possible. Drop the thumbs up on this video. You can share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here, and sound off in the comment section below, and sound off in the live chat if you're watching us on the premiere, and let us know what you thought about CMLL versus AEW / Ring of Honor from this past Tuesday. It is available on the CMLL Wrestling YouTube channel for the first tier of the members only content. It's a $9.99, so $10 gets you all the new all the CMLL goodness that you can get. If you want to go to the highest tier, which is $35 a month, you get the Friday shows from Arena Mexico, which is becoming one of the best weekly shows around in pro wrestling. Might think about doing that, because that's also going to have Fantastica Mania Mexico, which is going down on Friday evening tonight, if you're watching this on the premiere on the day that we drop this on the channel. So if you're like me, if you like the CMLL goodness, and I'm enjoying a lot of it, what I'm seeing this week, it's a good time to become a member over there. So go over and check it out. And if you haven't checked it out, watch the review, and I'll tell you what you need to watch from this show. But it was Tuesday night, June 17th, from Arena, Mexico, and a night of CMLL versus the best from AEW and Ring of Honor. And we started off things with some women's action, as Persephone of CMLL went one-on-one with Ring of Honor World Television Women's Champion Red Velvet in a non-title matchup. It's Tuesday, but it feels like a Thursday with the Ring of Honor Women's Champion kicking things off here. Velvet is giving up a good bit of size to Persephone, who was the larger competitor of the two. Persephone chose to use her mat work and some hair pulling early on, which the referee admonished her for. We get a big dive to the outside by Red Velvet to pick up the pace a little bit. We get a wheelbarrow facebuster by Velvet, got her a near fall. Persephone came back and she comes with a big power slam for a near fall of her own. Velvet kicked Persephone's knee out and hit a spinning heel kick for a near fall. Velvet choked Persephone out in the corner before taunting the fans. So she was definitely working the heel here as the Arena Mexico crowd got behind her quite a bit. Persephone hit a shotgun drop kick, and then she followed up with a spider flash pin for a near fall. But she goes for a splash mountain. Velvet's able to roll through for a near fall. Velvet went for another head scissors, but Persephone was able to catch her. She hits a big old power bomb and gets the 1-2-3 for the win here. Fine opener to the show. I'll give this one about 2 3/4 stars. Not the best matchup, but decent work from both ladies. The crowd was not into it at the start. I think a lot of them weren't aware of who Red Velvet is, although she has had other matches in Arena Mexico for CMLL in the past, but they were definitely into Persephone. She was the favorite of the crowd here, and CMLL starts off the night with a W. And Persephone, with this victory, should put herself in line for a shot at the Ring of Honor Women's Television Championship. She's been over in working in Ring of Honor lately. Her and Thunder Rosa will face Athena and Red Velvet on the Global Wars Mexico show that's going to be dropping this week, which, if you like, let me know in the comments down below if you want me to do a review of that show, and maybe that'll be a Patreon and members exclusive for y'all dropping here on the channel. But let me know if you want to see that. But solid stuff overall to kick off the show. Then we had CMLL's tag team champions, Los Hermanos Chavez, Angel Del Oro, and Neplario Roger, defending the gold against Crew, Action Andretti, and Leo Rush. Crew, if CMLL were going by this, I would say that the Los Hermanos Chavez are usually heels, it feels like, because they come off very much like a Los Inganables de Japón, La Fraction Inganables type of group, but Crew is much bigger jerks in this regard. So, and this is they've held these titles, apparently they've been champions since January 23rd, 2022, and this is their 22nd title defense of these titles. So they are long-standing, nearly 3 years as champion. Over 3 years as champion. Crew played coy in the early going to start things off before Rush got in to start against one half of Los Hermanos Chavez. We get quickness from Crew on their side. Andretti got sent flying with the head scissors. Aura went for a dive but got cut off by Leo. Crew dodged the Los Hermanos Chavez, but eventually they hit double stereo tope con helos onto the heels. Andretti and Rush sent the champs to the apron and knocked them down with handsprings before hitting some dives of their own onto the baby faces in this one. Rush follows up with the Rush Hour on Aura, but then helped Andretti hit a big neck breaker for a near fall, but the other half, Rojo, came in to make the save. Aura sent Andretti up in with a catapult and then locked both crew members into tandem submissions, basically like a gory bomb and a Boston Crabs with the arms trapped at the same time. That looked really cool. We get Aura sent Rush into Andretti before dropping a drop kick that caused Andretti to DDT Leo for a double near fall. Or for men ended up on opposite ring posts before Los Hermanos Chavez hit two big moves, which was like a glam slam on one side and then a falcon arrow at the other to get the stereo pinfall for their 22nd successful title defense here. Los Hermanos Chavez, they work really well with one another. I really like how they worked this one, and I thought that Crew was like the best tag team to put against them. They're fast paced. They fit the lucha style very well. This was a fun matchup here. I gave it 3 1/4 stars. A nice little pickup from the first matchup in quality. And it felt like we were going higher and higher with the quality, because next up was a big showcase, high flying extravaganza, as it was Hologram trying to continue his winning streak, his undefeated streak in competition since debuting in AEW. He had Alex Abrahantes in his corner versus CMLL's Neon. Neon. The two tested each other's speed to start as we got a quick little stalemate between the two. Neon baited Hologram in with a handshake before kicking off another sequence with Hologram pulling off his invasion in the corner before Neon caught him with a head scissors and then followed up with a huge tope con hilo to the floor. Hologram came back with a kick on the apron before hitting a high cross. Hologram sidestepped Neon before hitting his missile dive to the outside, just launching his entire body at Neon. The way he does the tope con hilo is very reminiscent of Darby Allin, where he's using his body as a weapon. Back in the ring, neither man could keep each other down for a pin attempt, leading to Neon to drop Hologram with a sliding boot for 2. Both men had the same idea, sliding into each other before Hologram hit a wacky-looking facebuster. Yet Hologram went to the ropes before Neon drop-kicked him down. Neon went for his spectacular double jump moonsault, which is insane. The height that this guy gets on that, it's just so spectacular. Oh my God. I was like, God damn, this guy gets the height and the precision on that one was ridiculous. This guy is so talented. Hologram hits a 450 splash, but Neon grabbed the ropes. Hologram set up for the portal bomb, but Neon fought out of it and hits a Hurricane Rana off the apron to the floor. We get Neon. He get back into the ring. You get Hologram hits a reverse Spanish fly off the top rope for a near fall. The two start trading chops and kicks until they both went down. We then get a big sequence of moves. Neon got up first. He sets up for a step-up moonsault, but Hologram got up and booted him in the head on the way down. He then follows up with the portal bomb for the 1-2-3 to give the AEW ROH contention their first victory of the matchup. Super match here. Awesome stuff from both men. They just went full speed ahead. The pacing, the precision, the high-flying expertise. This is spectacular stuff from both guys. I give it 4.25 stars. This is the first match I would highly recommend everybody watch because this was a big time showcase for Neon. If you never see him before on CMLL or on Ring of Honor, which a lot of the CML talent have been featured, but Hologram between this show and the Arena Mexico Dynamite show, magnifique. Just awesome stuff. Awesome. Next up, you had Atlantis Jr. going one-on-one with the Don Callis family's Josh Alexander. Atlantis Jr. is apparently the Roman Reigns of Arena Mexico in that the fans really don't like the fact that he is the Nepo baby and a bit of nepotism in his booking in CMLL. Atlantis caught Alexander with a quick head scissors to start before vaulting him up into a knee strike. This was the first time that I noticed that Arena Mexico were kind of booing Atlantis Jr. So I don't know, CMLL. I don't know what you're gonna do about that though. I don't know. This overall was one of the more grounded matches of the show because you got Alexander, who's more technical based with his mat work. You got Atlantis Jr., who can do the high flying stuff, but he's more or less kind of a technical wrestler, if you will, for the Lucha Libre style. The two men started trading forearms with the crowd increasingly behind Alexander, even though he was playing the full heel. Alexander stomped on Atlantis Jr.'s ankle in the corner before locking in an ankle lock, dragging Atlantis to the center ring. Atlantis fought out of it and hits a power slam to a very big mixed reaction. Both men ended up on the top rope before Atlantis kicked Alexander down and hits a frog splash, but Alexander is able to kick out and then immediately grabs at the ankle and locks on the ankle lock. But Atlantis is able to bridge back. He gets the 1-2-3 to a whole bunch of boo birds from the Arena Mexico crowd. Love Arena Mexico's reaction to Atlantis Jr. It's hilarious that he is supposed to be this big time baby face, but they treat him like a heel. They're gonna have to embrace it. Whether it's CMLL, AEW, I don't know, but they're gonna have to embrace it. He's just a heel to them. Just face it. It is what it is. This was pretty good though. I give it 3 stars. Good stuff overall, but the Atlantis Jr. is the big takeaway. The heat this guy gets. It's very much reminiscent of like mid 2010s Roman Reigns. Then we had some multi-man action as the Don Callis family, represented by Konosuke Takeshita, Kyle Fletcher, and Hechizero, as well as Rocky Romero. They face Edvino, Euphoria, Gran Guerrero, and Ultimo Guerrero. Los Guerreros are here representing. This was your fun party match of the show. The Technicals, represented by CMLL, versus more the Rudos of the Don Callis family. The Don Callis family came out separately, with Rocky getting the last entrance as he's one of CMLL's biggest heels. Hechicero was the only ones of the team that actually got a positive reaction. We see the infantry are in the crowd during this matchup, raising the roof for Ultimo Guerrero. Chris Hero was beside them watching the action, along with Bryan Danielson in the crowd. Fletcher and Ultimo kick things off. Ultimo almost catching Fletcher with the La Taplila. You get Hechicero and Ultimo get in the ring, and they start brawling with each other, with the crowd loudly chanting for Hechicero, trying to get him to see the light. And because Hechicero's awesome, the heels quadruple teamed Ultimo in this one. Reno was dragged in, with Hechicero hitting the first hair mare I've seen in a while. You get some multi-man action in this one, some fun little dives from Takeshita as well as Fletcher, and also Hechicero in this one, showing his agility. It comes down to Rocky being left in the ring with Gran Guerrero. Rocky takes too long showboating off the top rope, and it leads to Gran Guerrero hitting him with a big attitude adjustment off the top for the 1-2-3 for the Technicals to pick up the victory here. Fun little multi-man mat action, just nonstop fun in this one. All thriller, no filler. Always enjoy those. 3 3/4 stars. Very good matchup here overall. And I like the whole story that's going on with the Hechicero's basically affiliation with the Don Callis family, turning him heel, but the fans still love him and are trying to bring him to the light. I like that story as a kind of nuance underneath all the fun action. And then is the match that everybody is talking about here. And the real reason you need to go out of your way to watch this overall show, it's Bandido defending the Ring of Honor World Championship against Mascara Dorada. Mascara Dorada has been a standout in the last couple of shows for AEW, whether it be the Arena Mexico show, Grand Slam Mexico, or whether it be Fyter Fest in that 4-way matchup for the AEW International Championship. He was really fun in the Hurt Syndicate Trios matchup at Summer Blockbuster. This is Bandido's second defense of his second reign of the Ring of Honor World Championship, and might be the best match of Bandido's career. The two men tested each other's speed early on, with Dorada winning the exchange. They had a little standoff where Bandido put the gun to Dorada's face. Bandido tried using some power, but Dorada was put into position with the 21-plex. Dorada fought out of it before Bandido pointed the finger guns at him again to show that he had Dorada in trouble. Dorada was almost in more trouble as Bandido sent him to the floor, but Dorada came back with a shotgun dropkick and a spiral dive to the floor. He followed up with a 450 splash early on for a near fall. Head scissors sent Bandido to the apron, but Bandido cut off Dorada and hits a pop-up cutter. Dorada slid to the floor, but Bandido followed with a wild-looking Fosbury flop where he almost went into the crowd and started posing for the fans. Bandido followed up with a simply preposterous one-arm superplex for a near fall. They trade lariats in the corner before Dorada caught Bandido with a kick. Dorada tried to outsmart Bandido by sliding to the floor, but Bandido simply dove over the post onto Dorada and then puts him back into the ring and follows up with a big frog splash for a near fall. You get Dorada, he's firing up the crowd. You get the champion and challenger trading chops and slaps with one another. They went to the apron to have a strike battle there. They got back in the ring before they booted each other to the floor again. Then we get Dorada sent Bandido to the ramp and hits a wild spinning head scissors. Dorada then sent Bandido flying with a suplex on the ramp before going up the Arena Mexico stairs and hitting a dive off the 7 or 8 foot tall video board. That looked crazy. Dorada hits a sick Fosbury flop from the ramp to the floor for a near fall, as this crowd was going absolutely insane for all the action. You get Bandido hurts Dorada over his head and drops him with a bastard driver for a near fall. Bandido went for the fall away superplex on the ropes, but Dorada got away. He hopped on the top on Bandido's shoulders as Bandido's on the top rope and hits a flawless Hurricane Rana. He then follows with a shooting star press for a close 2 as the crowd is loudly chanting, "Este es lucha, this is wrestling." Bandido caught a charging Dorada with an X-Plex before hitting the 21 plex for a close near fall. The crowd really bought that as the finish. Dorada booted a charging Bandido. He went to the top rope, but Bandido catches him, cuts him off, got to the top rope, and took Dorada down with a fall away moonsault slam. I thought that was it, but he lets Dorada get into position. He hits him with a second 21 plex. 1, 2, 3. Bandido defeats Mascara Dorada in an incredible main event matchup. This is the match of the night, and spoiler alert for the True Hill Heat Flagship podcast, might be the match of the week anywhere in the world. This was absolutely spectacular, sensational work from both men. Really a showcase of why Mascara Dorada has become one of the biggest stars in Mexico, especially in CMLL. He's the future top star, following in the footsteps of Mexico. And Bandido gave us a stark reminder of why he was one of the standouts on the independent scene. He was seen as the next big thing in Lucha Libre high flying back in like 2018, 2019, and he showed that he still is capable of that despite coming back from injuries a couple of months ago. After the matchup, Dorada shook Bandido's hand, wrapped the Ring of Honor World title around his waist in a show of respect. We get the big streamers and pyro for Bandido. Dorada and the referee raised Bandido's hand as streamers shot off over the ring. Just a spectacular big celebration to end the show, as this was a total hit. Between the Grand Slam Mexico and the CMLL AEW ROH show and what we're going to get tonight at Fantastica Mania Mexico, this was a phenomenal week for CMLL, Arena Mexico, and Mexican fans and Lucha Libre fans around the world. This was just a showcase of what makes Arena Mexico the cathedral of Mexican pro wrestling, of Lucha Libre. Makes it one of the greatest arenas around the world to watch pro wrestling. It was made specifically for pro wrestling, and the pomp and circumstance of it all, mixed with just spectacular in-ring performances like we saw in this main event. It's one of a kind, once in a lifetime type arena, and CMLL is very much making the case to be one of the best promotions in the world. Move over AEW, move over WWE. When it comes to in-ring quality, CMLL may get it, and this week has been a showcase of that. This matchup, Bandido versus Mascara Dorada, 4 3/4 stars. I think it was just a shade under a 5-star rating for me personally. I know Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, he rated it earlier today 5 stars. It's 4 3/4 for me, but I am not going to argue with you if you give this 5 stars. This is just a awesome display of high-flying expertise of Lucha Libre with the crowd going crazy. It's an unreal atmosphere in Arena Mexico, and this matchup here is a microcosm of what makes Lucha Libre so fantastic, so amazing to watch. Bandido and Mascara Dorada, tip of the cap to them all. But overall thoughts, this is a great show. Go out of your way to see it. It's worth the money to spend on a membership for CMLL's YouTube channel for the main event alone. But overall, the show was really well done, very well paced with the elevation of quality throughout the night. So if I put my thumbs in the middle for CMLL versus AEW / Ring of Honor in 3, 2, 1, big thumbs up across the board from me out of 10. Gonna have to give this a 9 out of 10. This is just a great show. Just the crowd, the performances, the main event. This is what I want from pro wrestling. This is what I want from Lucha Libre. This took me back to being that 10, 11, 12-year-old kid who used to be at my uncle, aunt's, cousin's house and watching AAA on the one of the channels, the Espanol channel, or being in my teens and looking up the CMLL action from Arena Mexico. It took me back to those times when I was first discovering and seeing Lucha Libre in its essence, and it gave me a newfound love where I'm not canceling my membership to the CMLL YouTube channel. I might go higher and spend a little bit more to watch Fantastica Mania Mexico and keep watching those Friday Arena Mexico shows, because it's worth the money if the quality is on the level of this show. Match of the night, obviously, is Bandido versus Mascara Dorada. One of the best matches that you see all year, in my opinion. Definitely go out of your way to watch that one. And MVP for the show, I'm just going to give it to Arena Mexico in general, and I'll also give it to Mascara Dorada. Despite taking a loss here, this was a showcase of why he might be one of the best wrestlers in Mexico and one of the best wrestlers in the world. I think he's been very much properly showcased on AEW television and here in Arena Mexico as of late, and he's been putting on some awesome performances. And LVP for the show, this is tough. I mean, yeah, this is a tough one. I'm going to give it to Atlantis Jr. because he gets booed out the building. I'm going the cheap way out, but Atlantis Jr., your Roman Reigns act ain't working with the Arena Mexico fans, and I just find myself laughing at you. I'm no longer impressed with your work. I'm just more laughing at you more than anything. So, got to give it to Atlantis Jr. But yes, check out all the goodness we've been keeping for you. Talking about Lucha Libre this whole week on the True Heel Heat YouTube channel. And of course, if you're watching this, let me know in the comments down below if you want to continue the conversation there, what you thought about the AEW experience in Arena Mexico over the last couple of days, and this is specifically this CMLL versus AEW/ROH show. Let me know what you thought about Grand Slam Mexico, and are you inspired to get the CMLL membership pack? Let's continue that conversation in the comments down below, and let me know your match of the night, MVP, LVP, and out of 10, what you gave this show. And of course, check out all the great content we got on the channel right now, like AE Ramble 203 reviewing AEW Grand Slam Mexico. If you like pay-per-view reviews, check out our NJPW Dominion 2025 review. Check out our AAA, the Triple Mania Regime 2025 review from earlier this week. But I will be back live tomorrow, 10:05 a.m. Eastern Time, with the True Heel Heat flagship podcast. Myself, Miss Chrissy Love, the True Jaw Josh, and special guest Lyric Wrestling to talk all about AEW Grand Slam Mexico, some Dominion, and maybe even some CMLL versus AEW/ROH and Fantastica Mania Mexico as well. Let's talk about all the Lucha Libre goodness in the comments down below. But appreciate y'all for watching the premiere or watching on demand. Always appreciate the love and support. But that's all for me. This has been our CMLL versus AEW/Ring of Honor review. We are signing off until